All right, Hex, let's get through the second half of the decade before that stupid monkey comes back.
If the first half of the noughties were all about the hardware, the second half has been all about accessibility, about opening the dark doors of gaming to the unwashed masses. The rise of affordable broadband made it easier than ever for gamers to keep in touch, and game developers were quick to jump on the bandwagon. The most obvious result of this increased connectivity was the huge growth of MMO games, with one standing head, shoulders and tubby little paunch above all the others. It is, of course, World of Warcraft, Blizzard's ludicrously popular fantasy MMO. Although it launched in 2004, its impact on the second half of the noughties is clear, and with over 10 million registered subscribers, nothing else even comes close. Not that that stopped the devs from trying.
2005 saw the launch of the Xbox 360. With games like Call of Duty 2, cameo elements of Power, and Peter Jackson's King Kong, the console took full advantage of its head start over Sony and Nintendo.
The PS3 didn't launch until a year later, but Sony more than made up for its lost time with a press conference that launched 1,000 memes.
So here's this giant enemy crab.
It's Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer!
And you attack its weak point for massive damage.
Sony and Microsoft pushed hard for the console exclusives to get the edge in their competition. On the face of it, the 360 has been winning the race with titles like Crackdown, the record-breaking Halo 3, Mass Effect and Gears of War. The Live Arcade has also played host to some of this generation's most entertaining original games, from Braid to Shadow Complex and Splosion Man, proving that smaller studios and bedroom coders can still mix it up with the bigger boys.
The PS3 wasn't far behind, though. A year younger than the 360, it scored maybe 30 fewer exclusives, but they were arguably of a higher quality. Metal Gear Solid 4, Uncharted 1 and 2, Valkyria Chronicles, Infamous, Little Big Planet, the list goes on.
An unexpected side effect of the exclusives war was gamers buying multiple consoles. Nintendo was unfazed, but Sony and Microsoft needed a new point of difference stat. Microsoft's solution? Gamer points. A horrifyingly addictive take on the loyalty card. Putting gaming performance in the public domain created a powerful mixture of reward and shame, forcing gamers to go that extra mile for those elusive points. Online multiplayer has been around for decades, but it's a huge presence in gaming these days. Games like Gears of War, Borderlands and Left 4 Dead make the cooperative aspect the main focus of gameplay. It's not vital. You can play on your own with some AI, but it's a greatly reduced experience.
Ah, yes, experience. Another buzzword for the late noughties. For Nintendo, the focus was on the pure fun experience, from waggling the Wiimote through an epic game of tennis to playing party games. The emphasis has been on good, clean, casual fun for the whole family the whole way. And while hardcore gamers may scoff at the content, the numbers speak for themselves, with the Wii selling 20 million more units than the 360, its closest competitor.
It's not just casual, though, as the Wii brought us Mad World, one of the most over-the-top, violent games of the decade. Thanks to the platform's family-friendly image and the stylised violence, the game snuck straight under the censor's radar, and Ninty fans were free to hack and slash their way through hordes of black and white baddies. No More Heroes, Scarface and The Godfather also helped to flesh out a small but promising mature gamer experience for Nintendo's funny little console.
Sony and Microsoft took a completely different track, choosing to focus on authentic Hollywood experiences, bigger, louder games that mirror their movie brethren, from Uncharted 2 to the trashy pulp approach of Wet. It's an approach that works, it seems, and who could have predicted a computer game outselling the decade's biggest box office hits? Halo 3 did it, GTA 4 did it, Assassin's Creed 2 did it, and Modern Warfare 2 most certainly did it.
Unfortunately, as the production costs rise, savings needed to be made in other areas to maximise the profit margin. Sometimes this has disastrous results. Microsoft's cost-cutting during the initial production of Xbox 360s resulted in a console that's extremely vulnerable to console-killing errors, which most of our viewers will know as the Red Ring of Death.
So that brings us just about up to date, and whilst it's difficult for us to predict exactly what's coming next, what is clear is that gaming is here to stay, it's only getting bigger, and has forever changed the way we choose to entertain ourselves.